Hi, good evening, everyone. And I hope कि हम सबके preparations बहुत अच्छी तरह से जा रहे हैं. And I hope you're finding all these sessions useful. जो आज मैं करने वाला हूँ, ये है जो कुछ हमने circles के कुछ questions पिछले session में देखे थे. And I will continue with that. And वो खत्म करने के बाद उसके बाद आज पूरा कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री के सारे बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स वाले कवर कर लेंगे, क्योंकि इससे आगे वाला कॉन्सेप्ट्स तो कुछ आ तो नहीं रहा है आपके एग्जाम में. सो वी विल कवर ऑल द इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट दैट यू नीड फॉर सर्कल्स एंड कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री टुडे. अगला सेशन होगा मेंसुरेशन एरियाज का, and then we will see what to do with the subsequent session. So broadly, um, let's look at what we need to cover to solve all these questions. Okay. So let me start with one of the questions. Again, circles mein kya hai? Circles, we basically have questions that are based on the concept of tangents. Tangent ke properties hai. That is specifically what is there in circles. We have looked at the properties in the last session, and we will see some more questions based on the properties in this particular session. तो पहला क्वेश्चन है, PQ is tangential to a circle at T. ABT is a triangle inscribed in this circle where AB is its diameter. What is the value of QTB if the angle A is 35 degrees? तो आप take a little while, take a minute or two solving this. Meanwhile, let me draw the figure and label कर दूंगा मैं इसको. हमेशा ये क्रिटिकल है कि ज्योमेट्री के जो आपके फिगर्स जो आप ड्रॉ करते हैं काफी बड़ी, ऑलवेज टेक इट अ बिग फिगर, राइट, ताकि आपको लेबलिंग में दिक्कत ना हो. इट डजंट लुक कंजेस्टेड. बिग फिगर्स ऑलवेज मेक्स द एग्जामिनर वेरी हैप्पी. तो इसको करें ए बी डायमीटर है, विच मीन्स ए सेंटर के थ्रू पास कर रहा है. ए बी टी this angle is 35 degrees. And what is the value of QTB? Okay, so let me do this question now. इन सारे जो क्वेश्चंस है सर्कल्स के, रिमेंबर दो तीन प्रॉपर्टीज इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंगल इन ए semicircle is 90 degrees एक property है. Angle made by tangent with the radius is 90 degrees. That's an important property. So these are broadly two properties that we have. So we know that this angle is going to be 90 degrees. I also know that this angle is 90 degrees, right? So if this is 90, अगर A 35 है, so इसका मतलब A वाला angle होगा 55 degrees, because this is. So let me, so this need not be 90. So this is 90, okay, and this is 35 degrees. So what we want to find out, what is the value of this. तो अगर इसका वैल्यू अगर मुझे पता करनी है, right, what is it that I will first check out? So first thing is obviously A 90 है. Let's write this. This is 55 degrees. Okay. Now, since this is 35 degrees and these two are equal in length, so this should also be 35 degrees, right? Similarly, this will also be 55 degrees. So this will end up becoming 35 degrees and this will end up becoming 55 degrees. So up, in fact, you can see very nice. इसको, you also read this as a theorem जो आपको cover नहीं किया गया है. It is called as alternate segment theorem. तो ये जो angle है, right, और ये दोनों एंगल सेम होंगे, और ए वाला एंगल जो है और ए वाला एंगल है, ये दोनों सेम होंगे, राइट? These two will be equal and these two will be equal. So हमें क्वेश्चन में क्या कह रहा है? We want to find out what is the value of Q2 QTB. QTB will also be is equal to 35 degrees. तो चलें अगला क्वेश्चन. AB and CD are common tangents. कॉमन का मतलब बेसिकली दो सर्कल्स है, उनमें जो tangents जो है कॉमन है. That is what we mean by common tangent. Okay. So common tangent means that this tangent, this is a tangent, and this tangent happens to be tangent that is common to both these circles. इसको हम कहते हैं common tangent, right? Similarly, this is also a common tangent. तो हमें क्या चाहिए? हमें दिया गया है A, this point, ये जो length है, that is given as 16 centimeters. आपको पता करने की what is the length of CD. I'll give you just 1 minute to solve this question. तो एक प्रॉपर्टी हम जानते हैं. What is that property? If you draw from any point external to the circle, which means outside the circle से आप कोई भी एक point से आप दो tangents draw कर सकते हैं और the length of the tangents will be equal. So if this is x, this will also be x. And similarly, if you look at the other circle, this should also be x. Now that makes it very simple. We want to find out what is the values. We know that CD is equal to x. So this is what I want to find out. I also know that AB is equal to 2x. That is equal to 16 centimeter. So which implies CD must be equal to 8 centimeter. So the property or कौन सी theorem है कि if you draw, so it's always important to mention whenever you get, right, that 2x कैसे आया? CD will be equal to AC and CD will be equal to CB, right? And that property that makes it so CD will be equal to AC and also CD will be equal to BC. And this comes from the property that from an exterior point, external to a circle, अगर आप दो tangents draw करते हो, both of them will be equal in length. Okay. तो इसका आंसर है बहुत सिंपल सा. अगला क्वेश्चन करें. Find the in the figure the PO, right? The figure PO is equal to twice the radius of the circle. Find the angle OTS. Okay, so let's look at this. तो यहाँ पे what are the things that I know, right? I know that these two will be equal. Property saying that P से अगर आप कोई भी tangent draw करते हैं, the length of the two tangents have to be equal. So PT will be equal to, so I'm going to put all the conclusions that we get. PT will be equal to PS. Okay. We also know that because PT is a tangent, angle OTP is equal to angle OSP is equal to 90 degrees. So basically we have two triangles that are, so the third conclusion that we also know is triangle POT is congruent to triangle POS. Okay. Fourth conclusion that you must remember whenever you see a figure like this, that TS will bisect, sorry, TS it is bisected by PO, right? And it is TS is perpendicular to PO. So these are some of the conclusions. Just जैसे कि आप इसको देखते हो, ये सारे results आपके दिमाग में होनी चाहिए. तो हम क्या कह रहे हैं? We want to find out what is the value of OTS X. So I know that this angle will be 90. This will be 90 minus X. So this will be equal to X. Okay. Now the point is, I need to find out what is this value x. वो कह रहा है कि OP is equal to twice the radius of the circle. So OP by OT, sorry, OT by OP must be equal to 1 by 2. And I know that this is nothing but sine of x degrees or whatever. Okay, sine x degrees is equal to 1 by 2. इसका मतलब x का जो value है, that must be equal to 30 degrees. So since I know that x is equal to 30 degrees, angle OTS which is equal to x must be equal to 30 degrees. So इस क्वेश्चन में आपको थोड़ा बहुत ज्योमेट्री और ट्रिग्नोमेट्री का दोनों का जो कॉम्बिनेशन है, राइट, वो अप्लाई करके आपको क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा. Okay, in the given figure, AB is the diameter of a circle with center at O. So O is the center of the circle, and AC is the chord such that angle BAC is equal to 30 degrees. If the tangent is drawn at C, it intersects this one extended. So tangent है, इसका मतलब ये जो angle है 90 degrees होगा, right? And वो कह रहा है कि it intersects AB extended at D, right? आपको पता करनी है BD का value दिया हुआ है 5 centimeter. हमें पता करनी है what is the radius and what is the value of BC. So let's say I want to know what is this value. Let me call this as X, and we know we have to find out X and R. Okay. So what do? We know that AB is a diameter. Since AB is the diameter, angle, so let me clean this up. Since AB is the diameter, this angle will be 90 degrees. So this angle obviously is going to be 60 degrees. So this will be 60 because these two are equal. Sorry, this is 60 degrees, and this angle, since these two are equal, this angle will also be 60 degrees. So I can say, right, by many, there are lots of properties, you can say that this is going to be an equilateral triangle. So A60 आया, A60 because the angle subtended by the chord CB at the center is twice the angle subtended. That is one way. The other way, since these two are equal, this will work out to be 60 degrees. इसका मतलब हम ये कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं, ये जो ट्रायंगल OCB जो है वो इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल होगा. तो अगर मैं ये कंक्लूजन क्लियर कर लूं, तो ये हो गया अपना 60 डिग्रीज, तो ये भी हो गया 60 डिग्रीज, तो ये ऑब्वियसली ये भी हो जाएगा 30 डिग्रीज, राइट? तो ये भी 60 डिग्रीज है. तो इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल है. हमें क्या जानना जरूरी है, राइट? दिस इज गिवन एज 5. I want to find out what is the value of CB, right? I want to find out what is CB. I know that this angle is also equal to 30 degrees. Why? Because angle OCD is equal to 90 degrees since CD is a tangent. And the question basically says, right? AC is the chord, so that if the tangent, so this is, if this is, so this is going to be 30 degrees. So I can say very clearly that if I want to find out sine 30 degrees, which is same as I'm finding out sine of angle CDO, right? That must be equal to opposite side OC by OD. And that must be equal to half. So we can say that 2 times OC must be equal to OB plus BD, right? Or OB plus 5. But I already know that OB, but I know that OB is equal to OC. So this is equal to OC plus 5. So the value of OC must be equal to 5. So the radius is equal to 5, R is equal to 5. And we know that the value of BC is also equal to the radius. This must also be equal to 5 centimeters. So we see that BC will be 5 and the radius of the circle is also 5. तो यहाँ पे basically हम लोग एक जो property use कर रहे हैं, जो angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees, and angle made by the tangent with the circle is 90 degrees at the point of tangency if you join the point of tangency to the center of the circle. Okay, तो ये हो गया अपना अगला क्वेश्चन. तो ये जो लास्ट क्वेश्चन है सर्कल्स का, इसके बाद हम करेंगे अब कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री. ओके, ये वाला क्वेश्चन करते हैं. सो लेट्स से ए बी का वैल्यू दिया हुआ है 16 सेंटीमीटर, बी सी का दिया हुआ है 20 सेंटीमीटर. सो व्हाट विल आई गेट द वैल्यू ऑफ ए सी? ए सी इज इक्वल टू स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 20 squared minus 16 squared. You will get this as 400 minus 256, that is root of 144 is equal to 12. So इसका value हो गया 12. Okay, so AC is equal to 12. So this is your first result. The second now is we want to find out what is the area used in the, so I have to find out the radius here. So I need to find out R to find out the, so let's take this R, and if I consider triangles like this, so sum of the triangles, area of triangle BRA or ARB plus area of triangle ARC plus area of triangle BRC must be equal to total area of the rectangle triangle, which is equal to 1 by 2 into AB into AC, right? So that is 1 by 2 into 16 into 12. तो ये हो गया आपका 96. So what is the area of each of this? Each of this is equal to half of ARB would be equal to half of 16 into R, which is equal to 8R. Plus similarly ARC का होगा 6R और BRC का होगा half of 20 into R, that is equal to 10R, right? So that is equal to 96. So we'll get 24R is equal to 96. So R must be equal to 4. So if I get the value of R, if I get the value of R is equal to 4, since R is equal to 4, the area of the red light, which happens to be this part, will be equal to pi area of red light is equal to pi R squared, which is equal to 16R. So the answer to this, sorry, 16 pi, right? So the answer to this question will be 16 pi. So this brings me to the end of circles. तो आप देखते हैं coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry सबसे आसान चीज है. And coordinate geometry क्या है? It is the geometrical way of representing algebra. Right? Algebra में we get x and y coordinates. X and y coordinates के बीच में जो x and y variables के बीच में जो relationship जो हम लोग express करते हैं, either as a quadratic, polynomial form, or let's say is a linear form. इन सबको अगर हम ग्राफ की तौर पे या ग्राफ पे रिप्रेजेंट करें, उसको हम उसको कहते हैं कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री. कुछ कुछ बुक्स में उसको एनालिटिकल ज्योमेट्री भी कहते हैं. तो आपको क्या क्या चीज जानना जरूरी है? डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टू पॉइंट्स. अगर हमें दो पॉइंट्स दिया हुआ है, फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज लेट्स से x1 y1 and this is your y-axis, this is your x-axis and this is your origin, right? and एक और पॉइंट दिया हुआ है x2 y2. इन दोनों के बीच में जो डिस्टेंस है, that will be decided by your Pythagoras theorem, right? So ये जो distance d है, that will be decided by let me say a b. This is 90 degrees, so because this is parallel, if you draw it, so you can see that इस point का जो coordinates होगा, that will be equal to y coordinate is same, right? And x2 minus x1 comma y1. So we see that the distance a will be equal to x2 minus x1, and the distance b will be equal to y2 minus y1. So when you talk about the distance d squared will be equal to a squared plus b squared, and from which you'll get the value of distance between any 2 points d is given by root of x2 minus x1 whole squared plus y2 minus y1 whole squared. So this is fundamentally one of the most important things that you should know when it comes to coordinate geometry, the distance between the points. And iska jo agar proof mange to you can easily solve it using the concepts of coordinate, the Pythagoras theorem. Then we have what is called as collinearity. When do we say 3 points are collinear? We say the 3 points are collinear agar तीनों points एक ही line में हो. राइट अगर मैं कहता हूं ए बी सी कोलिनियर है, ए बी सी कोलिनियर तभी होंगे जब you find that the slope, right, or the gradient of the line AB, slope of the line AB is equal to slope of the line BC. तो इन दोनों का जो inclination है सेम होना चाहिए. तो इसका condition है, so if I say the points are x1 y1 x2 y2 and x3 y3, for it to be collinear you can say in many ways, right? So one way is to write it as y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 should be equal to y3 minus y2 by x3 minus x2, or it could also be y3 minus y1 by x3 minus x1. Doesn't matter, right? As long as in दोनों में जो भी हो, I mean, if this is true, then you can say that all these 3 points A, B, C are collinear. So collinearity का ये जो condition है, I think it's important that you should know the condition for collinearity. तीसरा जो है, how do, if I have any 2 points, let me say I take any 2 points A and B. For the sake of simplicity, let me take this point as 3 and 4. And let's say this point is 11 and 14, right? I want to find out the midpoint. Midpoint will be somewhere here, right? इसका जो coordinates है, अगर हम कहें कि x, y इसके coordinates है, you will see that if it is a midpoint, the midpoint is defined by the two extreme points 3 and 11. उनका जो x coordinates है, you add them up and divide by 2. So here you will get the x का value will be 7. Similarly y का जो है, आप इन दोनों को add कर दो, 4 plus 14, दोनों points के जो y coordinates है, you divide it by 2, you will get the, so this x comma y will be equal to 7 comma 9. But क्या हमेशा हम midpoint की ही सोचते हैं? नहीं, midpoint के अलावा the other thing that you should know is to talk about any point, कोई भी point, right? कोई भी point अगर आप consider कर रहे हो, कोई भी, right? कोई भी 2 points. So let's take the same example. यहाँ से हम लेते हैं B, ठीक है? And I call this as 3 comma 4 at this point, and let's say this point is 11 comma 14. So let's say there is a point C here. This divides it in the ratio 1 is to 3, right? It divides it in the ratio 1 is to 3. So the coordinates of the point, if you take this as x comma y, right? The coordinates of the point x will be equal to, denominator में आप 1 plus 3 डालिए, right? And 1 के साथ 11 multiply करें, 3 के साथ 3 multiply करें, 1 into 11 plus 3 into 3, that is 20 by 4, that will be equal to 5. Similarly, y, you will do 1 multiplied by 14 plus 3 multiplied by 4 divided by 4, which is equal to 14 plus 12, that is 26 by 4, which is equal to 6.5. So the coordinates of this point will be 5, 6.5. So basically these are the 4 important results. आपको एक जिस्ट में पता चले, आपके सारे जो क्वेश्चंस है इन्हीं कॉन्सेप्ट्स में आएंगे. तो लेट्स एक क्वेश्चन करते हैं जिसमें 3 सब क्वेश्चंस है. The coordinates of A and B are 3, 5, 7, 8 respectively. Find the distance between AB, midpoint of the line AB, coordinates of the point C that divides AB in the ratio 1:3. चलो इनका solutions देखें अभी. The coordinates of a point AB are given by 3, 5. So let me take there's a point A here. This is your y-axis. This is your x-axis. This is your origin. Right? A is 3, 5, and let's say B is here, जो 7, 8 है. तो हमें distance पता करनी है. So the distance is going to be given by root of 7 minus 3 whole square plus 8 minus 5 whole square, which is equal to root of 4 squared plus 3 squared, which will be equal to 5. So the answer to the first question is 5. Okay. The next point, अगर इन दोनों को हम join करें, let's say the point C, right? The point C का जो है coordinates will be, you add the two x coordinates of the extremes, 3 plus 7 by 2 and 5 plus 8 by 2. So this will be equal to C, the coordinates of C will be 5, 13 by 2, that is equal to 6.5. Achha. What are the coordinates of the point C that divides AB in the ratio 1:3? So let me say that if AB is in the ratio 1:3, 1:3, let's say this is the point C, and let me assume that C का जो coordinates है x, y है. A का हम जानते हैं it is 3, 5 और B का हम जानते हैं it is 7, 8. तो if I want to find out the coordinates of C, मुझे क्या करना है? I must multiply 1 with 7. I must multiply 3 with 3 and add 1 plus 3 here. So that becomes 8 plus 9, or rather 7 plus 9, that is 16 divided by 4, that is equal to 4. What is it about y? Same we will do with y. We will multiply y 1 with 8, 3 with 15, and we divide it by 4, which is equal to 8 plus 15, that is 23 divided by 4, or this is 5, 3 by 4, or 5.75. So the coordinates of this is going to be 4, 5.75. ये एक क्वेश्चन आपके सारे जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स को क्लियर कर देते हैं. Read it, solve it. You have 2 minutes to do this entire thing. तो यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा है? He is basically saying points P and Q trisect the line segment A. So let's draw the figure. मैं पहले इसको draw करूं. -2, 0, right? -2, 0 and 0, 8. 0, 8. So we have a line that joins these two. So there are 2 points P and Q that trisect the line segment joining this, and such that P is nearer to A find the coordinates of the point P and Q. So it is going to be 1:1:1. So if I want to find out let's say the point AB, we can see that AP is to PB is equal to 1:2. AQ is to QB is equal to 2:1. So if I want to find out AP is to PB, right? So AP is to PB if it is 1:2, right? So we can say that the coordinates of point P will be equal to 1 times 0 plus 2 times -2 divided by 1 plus 2. Coordinates of the point or the y coordinate will be 1 times 8 plus 2 times 0 divided by 1 plus 2. So coordinates of point P के जो coordinates होंगे वो होंगे आपके -4/3, 8/3. So इसका होगा -4/3, 8/3. और इसका क्या होना चाहिए, राइट? अगर हम कहते हैं कि ए क्यू इज टू क्यू बी, दैट रेशियो इज 2:1, बस हम देखें जहां पे भी 1 है यहाँ पे वो 2 हो जाएगा. 2 × 0 प्लस 1 × -2 डिवाइडेड बाय 1 + 2 और 2 × 8 प्लस 1 × 0 by 1 + 2, राइट? इसका वैल्यू विल बी इक्वल टू -2/3, 16/3. So what is the coordinates of point P and Q? We know the what is the coordinates of the point P and Q. Q का ये है और P का ये है. अगला क्वेश्चन. दो पॉइंट्स के कोऑर्डिनेट्स दिए हुए हैं. पॉइंट सी हम कह रहे हैं इट लाइज ऑन अ सर्कल whose diameter is AB, right? Find the value of K. पहले मैं फिगर ड्रॉ करूं. सो AB है यहाँ पे और 0.6, K. So we have A, we have B. This point is 3, 5. This point is 13, 5, right? And this point out here C is 6, K. तो आपको कभी डाउट आना चाहिए था कि अच्छा क्या एक ही पॉइंट है. अगर इसको आप मिरर इमेज ले ले, ए बी को मिरर मान ले और आपको देखोगे तो यहाँ पे भी एक पॉइंट होगा विच विल बी एग्जैक्टली द सेम. यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट इट. जब आप इक्वेशन सॉल्व करोगे यू विल गेट टू वैल्यूज फॉर के. एक नेगेटिव होगा एक पॉजिटिव होगा, दैट विल टेक केयर ऑफ इट. तो लेट्स टेक ए लुक एट इट. तो ये क्या कह रहा है, a point C as and it lies on the circle whose diameter is AB. So इसमें बहुत ही अहम इंफॉर्मेशन है कि AB is a diameter. जब भी AB diameter होगा हम जानते हैं कि ये जो triangle होगा that will be a right angle triangle, right? So since the angle subtended by AB on the circle is equal to 90 degrees, or in other words, you can say the angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. You see that angle C will be 90. Now, which implies I'm going to now apply Pythagoras theorem. I'll say that AC squared plus BC squared will be equal to AB squared. And what is AC squared? AC squared is 6 minus 3 squared, 6 minus 3 whole squared plus K minus 5 whole squared. This is AC squared, and BC squared will be equal to plus 13 minus 6, that is 7 squared, plus 5 minus K whole squared. This must be equal to AB squared. AB squared is 10 squared plus 0 squared, that is equal to 100. So इसको जब हम expand करें, we'll get 9 plus K squared plus 25 minus 10K plus 49 plus 25 plus K squared minus 10K, right? That is my left hand side. Right hand side is 100. So we will simplify this. We'll get 2K squared and minus 20K plus this is 34 and this is 74. That is 108 is equal to 100. So we'll get K squared minus 10K plus 4 is equal to 0. So K का जो value है, right? Plus B plus minus B plus or minus B squared minus 4AC, right? So you'll get 10 plus or minus root of B squared, that is 100, minus 4AC, that is equal to 16 divided by 2. So you'll get 10 plus root of 84 by 2, और इसको हम simplify भी कर सकते, और 10 minus root of 84 by 2. So ये सिंप्लीफाई होके आ जाएगा. आपके दो पॉसिबिलिटीज है. What are the possibilities? You'll get 5 plus root 21 or 5 minus root 21. In fact, ये जो second value है वो negative नहीं है. Both of them are positive values. But ये जो यहाँ पे जो y coordinate है, that will be 5 minus root 21. और यहाँ पे जो y coordinate है, that is 5 plus root 21. So basically इसमें दो values होंगे. कभी कभी आपका values, so you must recognize that इसमें दो values और दोनों values आपका लिखना जरूरी है. Okay, find the ratio in which this point P divides. So let's take A is, so this is B is somewhere, A is somewhere here, 2, 3. Let's say B is somewhere here, 6, minus 3, right? And हम जानते हैं कि there is a point P which is 4, M. Let's say this divides it, this in the ratio M is to, let me not take M. Let's say A is to B. So let's say that is the ratio in which P divides AB, right? It is dividing in the ratio A is to B. So this is the point B. So we can say the coordinates of the point P, 4, must be equal to 6A plus 2B divided by A plus B. Similarly, we'll find that M must be equal to, so A times minus 3A plus 3B divided by M, A plus B, right? We already know this. So इससे क्या करेंगे हम, यहां से आएगा अपना क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करो, 4A plus 4B is equal to 6A plus 2B. So इससे आएगा 2B is equal to 2A, or A is equal to B. So if A is equal to B, we are saying that the ratio has to be 1:1. So 1:1 का मतलब 1:1 का मतलब P का वैल्यू जो है, that has to obviously be your midpoint. Okay. वैसे the moment you get 1:1 or A is equal to B, it just very clearly straight away tells you that the value of M must be equal to 0. So the answer to this question is M is equal to 0 and the ratio, right? The ratio is 1:1. अगला क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. आपको एक पॉइंट दिया हुआ है और कह रहे हैं कि ए पॉइंट जो है इट इज इक्वी डिस्टेंट टू ए एंड बी. प्रूव दैट बी एक्स मस्ट बी इक्वल टू ए वाई. तो प्रूफ है. प्रूफ के लिए हम मस्ट डू दिस. पी एक्स वाई इज इक्वी डिस्टेंट, राइट? So which means if this is equidistant from the points, these 2 points, it means AP must be equal to BP, or AP squared must be equal to BP squared. So we'll keep this as a standard thing and let's see whether we'll get the value of BX is equal to AY or not. So AP squared will be what? A minus B minus X whole squared plus A plus B minus Y whole squared. And BP squared will be A plus B minus X whole squared and A minus B minus Y whole squared. So इसको हम expand करते हैं, we'll get A minus B whole squared plus 2x or plus X squared minus 2 into A minus B into X, and यहाँ से आएगा आपका A plus B whole squared plus Y squared plus or minus 2 times A plus B into Y. And we will on the right hand side, you're going to get similarly A plus B whole squared plus X squared minus 2 times A plus B into X, and that will be A minus B whole squared plus Y squared minus 2 times A minus B into Y. तो ये a माइनस बी कटेगा, a प्लस बी स्क्वायर कट जाएगा एंड एक्स स्क्वायर्ड वाई स्क्वायर्ड जो है ये भी कट जाएगा, राइट? एंड ये 2 - 2 अब हम सब जगह से काट देते हैं, तो आप हमें फाइनली मिलेगा a माइनस बी इंटू एक्स प्लस a प्लस बी इंटू वाई इज इक्वल टू a प्लस बी इंटू एक्स माइनस a माइनस बी इंटू वाई, और रादर प्लस. सो इन दोनों को x जहां पे भी है एक जगह ले आते हैं. सो आई विल से दैट ये यहाँ पे ले आओ और इस साइड, और a प्लस बी को वहां पे ले जाओ. सो विल गेट y इंटू ए प्लस बी माइनस a माइनस बी मस्ट बी इक्वल टू x इंटू a प्लस बी माइनस a minus b. So we will get in this case, so this becomes 2b, right? 2by, right? Let's see, a minus b x a ठीक है, a plus b minus x. So एक Just let me थोड़ा इसको थोड़ा erase करके clean करता हूँ यहाँ पे. So simplify कर देते हैं ताकि there's a little space here. So I am going to be, so this is come in actually the paper. तो इससे आएगा आपका 2 times a minus b, right? Minus 2x into a minus b minus 2y into a plus b is equal to minus 2x into a plus b minus 2y into a minus b, right? This is what will simplify. So minus 2 gets cancelled out. We'll get ax minus bx plus ay plus by is equal to ax plus bx minus uh, ay, or rather plus ay minus by. So the ax gets cancelled out. The ay gets cancelled out. So what are we left with now? Two bx is equal to 2by, or x is equal to y. So let me check this. I'll go back and check this whether this is fine or not. Okay. And this is a question that's I've just picked up from one of the past papers. It looks okay to me. A plus b, 2 times a plus b into x. This step is okay. This step is also okay. This step is okay. This step is okay. So minus 2 gets cancelled out. X into a minus b, ax minus bx plus y into a plus b, ay plus by, x into a plus b, ax plus bx. So this minus 2 gets cancelled out. Y into a minus b, ay minus by. So ay gets cancelled out with ay. Ax gets cancelled out with ax. So you'll get 2bx is equal to 2by, right? And if b is not equal to 0, right? If b is not equal to 0, you'll find that x will be equal to y. So every point that is x is equal to y will actually be equidistant from this. Any point as long as it is equal to x is equal to y will be equidistant from this. So the next question, I'll check back whether there is any mistake in that question while picking it up from the paper. Now let's look at this. The point ABC form a triangle whose area is non-zero. The coordinates of A and B are -1, 4, 5, 12. Which of the following cannot be the coordinates of the point C? So इसमें let's look at it. Points A, B, C form a triangle whose area is non-zero. So when will 3 points? So if I have 2 points, right? -1, 4, which is A, and this is B, which is 5, 12, right? For you to have ABC having a area which is non-zero, the point C should not be collinear. C not collinear, not collinear with A, B, right? So that's the condition under which this area will be non-zero. So which of the following cannot be the coordinates of C? So if I find a point which is collinear, which within this, if I find a point which is collinear, and that will give me the answer. So let's what is the condition? So if you take the point C as x comma y, so I can say that 12 minus 4 by 5 minus of minus 1, right? Which is the difference of the y coordinates here, difference of the x coordinates here. This value must be, if you take the point C, x comma y, right? Y minus 4 by x plus 1. ये condition satisfy होना चाहिए for collinearity. Collinearity. अगर कोई भी point इसमें collinear हो, then you will find that वो जो point है, that will give that will give you a non-zero area of a triangle. So if I find out collinear point, then I will mark that as the answer. So let's check for each one of these. So this left hand, this is equal to, saying that 12 minus 8 by this is 4 by 3. Is it equal to y minus 4 by x plus 1? Is it the first choice? First choice is definitely not our answer. So this is not, if I put x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 5, so this is also not the answer. If I put 8 and 16, x is equal to y is equal to 16, right? So I'm going to get this gives me the ratio as 4 by 3, right? Whereas this also is not giving me the ratio. So the correct answer to this question is this. आपको choices देख के, right? इसमें ये जो statement है, इस statement को समझना बहुत ही important चीज है, right? अगला question. This is actually a fairly simple question. So we have 4 comma 3, right? And minus 4 comma 3, right? So it is a, so I have a point out here D. D is minus 4 comma 3. Let's say A is 4 comma 3, or then we have B is some 8 comma 2, and we want to find out what is the value of D, right? C, right? CAB. So your figure will be something like this. वैसे ये प्रॉब्लम काफी सिंपल है, अगर if you y coordinate same है, so it should be very easy for you to find it out. So but let's say what is the method, what would be a method to do this. So whenever the property is the diagonals of a parallelogram, right, bisect each other. इसका मतलब दोनों का जो मिड पॉइंट्स है वो कोइंसाइड करते हैं. So if you take this point as x comma y, so x must be equal to minus 4 plus 8 by 2, right? It is also, and it's also equal to a plus 4 by 2. So, so this is equal to 2. If this has to be equal to the 2, right? Which implies a must be equal to 0. Similarly, if I take y, the y coordinate must be equal to 3 plus 2 by 2, which must be equal to b plus 3 by 2. तो इससे आएगा कि b का वैल्यू जो है that must be equal to 2. So the values of a comma b has to be equal to 0 comma 2. So that gives you the answer that you are looking for. So sorry, एक और question है before we close for the day. In the figure, the vertices of triangle ABC are 4,6, 1,5, 7,2. A line segment BE is drawn parallel to BC. So this is parallel to BC to intersect the sides BC and AC at D and E respectively, such that AD is to DB, right? This ratio 1 is to 3. Find the coordinates. So ये जो coordinate है और यहाँ का जो coordinates है हमें चाहिए. So let me call this as x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. ओके इस क्वेश्चन को देखें कैसे करें. हमने ट्रायंगल्स में एक प्रॉपर्टी सीखा है कि अगर किसी भी पॉइंट से राइट एक पैरेलल लाइन ड्रॉ करें, दैट पैरेलल लाइन, सो किसी भी पॉइंट ऑन द साइड, इफ यू ड्रॉ ए लाइन पैरेलल टू द बेस, it will, whatever is the ratio of that you divide here, will also be the ratio in which this will get divided. So if we know this property, AD is to DB, if that ratio is 1 is to 3, since this line is parallel, by basic proportionality theorem, we'll say that this will also be equal to 1 is to 3. So once we know that, I think the question is simple now. So D is x1, y1, right? So x1 can be equal to 1 into 1 plus 3 into 4 divided by 4. So that is 13 by 4. And y2, y1 will be equal to 1 into 5 plus 3 into 6 divided by 4, which will be equal to 5 plus 18, that is 23 by 4. Now let's look at the other side. E also is splitting AC in the ratio 1 is to 3. So coordinates E as coordinates x2, y2. So x2 का value क्या होगा? 1 into 7 plus 3 into 4 divided by 1 plus 3, which is equal to 7 plus 12, so that is 19 by 3, 19 by 4 rather. और y2 का value जो है, that is 1 into 2, that is 1 into 2 plus 3 into 6 divided by 1 plus 3, which is equal to 20 by 4, which is equal to 5. So हमें दोनों x1 y1 and x2 y2 दोनों का values आ गए. So that will give you the answer. So that brings me to the end of coordinate geometry and circles. अगला सेशन जो करेंगे हम एरियाज की बात करें, राइट? मेंसुरेशन, जो जो हमने ज्योमेट्री के अभी तक जो भी प्रॉपर्टीज सीखे हैं उसको अप्लाई करते हुए लेट्स लुक एट द मेंसुरेशन पार्ट. थैंक यू, बाय.